I turn to a question now that should more deeply engage the representatives of faith communities here. It says we have become expert at waging war. How can we become better at waging peace? Mm-hmm. Must we continue to respond to violence with violence? Is there any other way to respond to ISIS or Al-Qaeda? Who wants to jump on that one?
I'll take a piece.
Okay,
I'll take
Linda.
a piece of it. I think the only way to wage peace is for people to get to know each other and to get to know each other as human beings without the prejudices that come. Many people have said a war can only be won if, or this war can only, ISIS can only be defeated by people getting to know each other and working together. Militarily, I think it's almost impossible.
Yeah, I think ultimately this is something that each of us can do in our own lives and must do in our own lives. We must be peaceful people. One of Jesus' final words to his disciples is, "Peace is my gift to you, my peace I leave you." I think it was very much in his mind that we all become people of peace. That will train us. It will have an effect in how we build our, not just our families, but our societies and international dialogue.
Well, like it's mentioned in opening comments that I was in New York last week and was driving over the Brooklyn Bridge and was driving too slow for a local New Yorker.
Was he trying to sell you that bridge?
Not difficult to do, by the way. And he sped by on the right, and he showed me that he still had 5 fingers. And lifted the middle one up at me. And of course I was attempted to retaliate in my own way. I am a African-American black male from an urban core of Kansas City and do have a vernacular that can compete. Nevertheless, I said in a half-joking way, "I am so sorry that you are full of the devil." There is some trouble in that statement on my part, and there is some truth, I think, in the reaction. And I do think that the reaction that should take place reminds me of Dr. King's statement in his book, Strength to Love. And that is, the only way that hate can rule is that love is absent. And that the only way that darkness can reign is if light goes away. And I think often these kinds of vices that are evil feel and dominate the space because of our religious traditions, failures to captivate the imagination of generations of people and cultures all over the globe. And so for me, I take an introspective look, almost a self-indictment. Why are these groups able to capture the imagination? And why have we as faith communities not been as successful in doing so in whatever ways we have or have not been? And so that's kind of where I come down on that.
Ari? I'm going to open a can of worm here because,
we've opened it before there.
So, if we want to spread peace, okay, people need to experience peace. How you can experience peace if you are an oppressed person? Most of the Muslim countries are in third world countries, okay? Poverty, dictatorship, okay? No rule of laws, corruption. So, if the superpower of the world left their support on those dictatorships, the people can actually live in peace. But when you have these dictatorships dictating on the people, you will never have peace like this. And when we have the people choose Islamist as a government, okay, let them choose Islamist. Give those Islamists a chance. If they're really terrorists, people gonna find out those are terrorist groups, and they will not choose them again in the next democracy. And even if those Islamists who won the election, were dictators, then the superpower of the world can help the people overthrow those, just like they did in Egypt, where they helped Sisi overthrow Morsi. Okay, so what I'm saying is, people in the Middle East and in the Muslim world have to have their own saying in who rules them. Right now, most of those dictatorships are supported by America, France, England, Russia, China, Iran. So you will never have peace that way, unless people actually have a say of who governs them, how they live their life, who they choose. When you give them those choices, then peace will come naturally, and they will be just like America or England or anywhere else.
Fadi was mentioning a number of Arab and Muslim countries in the Middle East, and perhaps it's worth reminding everyone that the most populous Muslim country in the world is not there. It's in Indonesia, although India, the Muslim population of India is quickly catching up. Yeah.